नमस्ते बिटिया, हमेशा खुश रहो बिटिया. A very good morning to you all. Myself, JV'n Dr. Ravi Jain, Assistant Professor, Department of Practice of Medicine at Faculty of Homeopathic Science in JAYOTI VIDYAPEETH Women's University, Jaipur. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss about the government portfolio, the interview preparation. In the previous lectures, we have discussed about the different job opportunities that you have in the government portfolio. How to prepare. In the next lecture, we had discussed about the different modes of preparation for the government, for getting selection in the government sector. And after getting selected in the written examination, this comes the most important task, that is facing the interview. So for getting selected in the central government job, in the IAS, the RAS, and the other jobs, you need to face an interview. So, for getting selected in the government sector, you need to prepare right from the first day for the interview. We do not have to wait for getting selected first in the written exam and then preparing, because life is very short. It gives you very less opportunities. So from the first day of your studies, you have to get prepared for the interview. So let's start with the preparation of interview for getting selected in the government job. After being selected in the written examination, you have to face an interview, which is needed to be cracked in order to get selected in the government job. Here I'm talking about the higher level of jobs like IAS, RAS, and also the medical officer or the research officer in the central government. So, apart from theoretical knowledge of your subject and the general knowledge that you have, you should also prepare from the very beginning for an interview after getting selected in the written examination. The interview for the personality test will be intended to serve as a supplement to the written examination for testing the general knowledge and the ability of the candidates in the field of their academic study, and also in the nature of a personality test to assess the candidate's intellectual curiosity, critical powers of assimilation, balance of judgment, and alertness of mind, the ability for social cohesion, the integrity of character, initiative, and capability for leadership. Facing the interview is one of the biggest hurdles in the road to success. You may clear the written exam many times, but if you are not prepared to face the interview, it can stop you from getting selected in various government jobs. Until and unless you have a proper strategy, you can't come off with flying colors in the interview. You have to face the interview with cautious optimism. You have to be optimistic that yes, I can do it, but you also have to be cautious that you have to keep in mind small little things that can stop you from getting selected in the government job. So you have to be cautious optimist. As the saying goes, self-confidence is the first requisite to a greater undertakings. So you have to be self-confident that yes, I'm able to do it, I'm able to crack it, and you have to prepare accordingly. You should have confidence in yourself. Success is not the result of spontaneous combustion. You must set yourself on fire. It states that success doesn't come in a day or the working hard for a day. You have to work hard continuously, constantly in order for years to get selected in the government job. Remember that there is no magic formula for success in an interview, but good preparation, judicious application of common sense, and self-confidence are the key factors that will keep us in an interview. I will again repeat it. Good preparation, judicial application of common sense, and self-confidence. These are the three key features that you should have in order to get selected. The interview is not an abdominal cross-examination, but it is more like a personality assessment. So whole of your personality is getting assessed in the interview. Now, what are the prerequisites for the interview, for facing an interview? You have to dress up neatly and decently, appropriate to the occasion. Ensure that you are carrying the call letter, the certificates, and the other documents that are demanded by the interview agency. You should keep all your certificates in the folder in the proper order. That is, first of all, the 10th mark sheet, then 12th, then graduation, first, second, third, final year mark sheets. So that if the board asks, you should show a particular certificate without hesitation, and you can show it with no panic. You should also keep the attested, self-attested photocopies, at least 1 to 2 sets with you. If you have any published work or any thesis work, you should carry a copy of that with you to show it to the interview panel. Now, another prerequisite that is very important is that you should reach the interview venue at least half an hour before the scheduled time in order to prevent any kind of panic. Because if you reach late, then you might be missed from attending that interview. The dress code, it is also very important. A casual or indifferent style is not desirable. As we can enter the interview room, the members should feel that we are taking the test seriously. If you are not wearing proper attire, proper dress, then it is possible that it will be marked as a negative impact on the interview panel. Making the great first impression is very important. It takes just a quick glance, maybe 3 seconds, for someone to evaluate you when you meet the first time. In this short time, the other person forms an opinion about you based on your appearance, your body language, your demeanor, your mannerism, and how you are dressed. Now, another important things, what to do and what not to do during the interview. First of all, enter the hall only after your name is called, and enter the hall with a beaming face after taking permission from the interview board. So you should always enter after taking permission and when your name is called. Wish the board with a charming smile. If the interview board members contain both males and females, you should wish as good morning ma'ams and sirs or namaste. Take your seat only after the board asks you to do so. Express thanks and sit comfortably on the chair. Never keep your folders on the table unless and until the board asks you to do so. Never go for arguments with the board. If you don't know the answer, tell sorry, I don't know sir or ma'am. Listen carefully to the questions, and if any question is not clear, politely ask them to repeat the question. Keep an eye contact with all the board members while answering, even though one member asks the question. If the board compliments you for an answer, express thanks. Be honest and never try to bluff the board. Read that day's newspaper and look at any relevant news regarding the health sector is there. Once the interview is finished, leave the hall after expressing thanks to the board. So in this way, you have to remember what you should do and what you should not do for an interview. It is unnecessary to say that you should have the sound knowledge of your paper. You should have the knowledge about the theoretical paper that appeared in your exam, and also you should have the knowledge about the general knowledge and your subject knowledge before going to the interview. So all these things are must. Go through the paper that appeared, in which you appeared, and be prepared for those questions that were asked in that particular paper. Even if you could not answer at that time, you should know the answers of all the questions that appeared in the examination. So this was all about the preparation of an interview for getting selected in the interview for the government job. So this session was powered by Digital Version 2.0 JAYOTI VIDYAPEETH Women's University. I hope you are satisfied with my digital session. If you have any query, please mention in the comment box and I'll try to resolve it. So this was all for today. Thank you very much. We will be meeting in the next lecture tomorrow. Thank you.